This is OnPoint and SME On Point with me, Liabo Setho. Today we are celebrating women who own small businesses in our communities. These are the women who serve our needs daily away from the boardrooms as well as offices. This would be umama who sells food on the street corner, or an auntie who's a seamstress. These are the women that the communities have come to rely on. Pinky Matebula is one such woman. She makes a difference in her community. Pinky, thank you very much for making time to speak to us.
Thank you for having me.
Firstly, tell us about your business. It was another woman who told me about your business, who made me aware that, you know, there's a lovely woman that sells and makes food drives around the community in her baki and sells food like amagwinya, cakes, scones and soup. Tell me about your business.
It started whilst I was not working and going around seeing what can I do. And as I was looking from afar, the guys from the garage, they don't have enough time to go for lunch, starting from breakfast. They don't have enough time for breakfast, lunching, and so they eat while they work. So I've decided, then let me just do this and see where it starts, where it's going. Then that's how I started, and I started with one garage, but now I'm having around 3 garages that I'm doing in the morning. This
tells me that you have a good relationship with the garage owners as well.
Exactly.
If they are allowing you, to make space in their garages and sell, and that talks to a good business relationship. Have you found that these are the kind of things that you value and cherish as the business grows? I do very much, but not all of them. They are so welcoming. And in others, they are so difficult, but I'm so grateful with those that I are able to work with. We talk a lot about how difficult it is to start a business. A lot of people say, you need a lot of money, you need customers. Did you also experience that? How was it as a woman? Did you find that there was anything in particular different to you starting your business?
No, not exactly. It is difficult, but if you just tell yourself you want to do something, then you start it small, then grow smaller, bigger, and then like I did. I started with a small 5-liter bucket, and then you find that they need you there, not realizing that people, they're so in need of such things. Yes.
Your customers obviously have become your friends. They've become your brothers. And you have to have a relationship with them to make sure that you please them. Yes. How are you navigating that?
You know the way you start with one, knowing his name, knowing what tea he likes, how many sugars. So it grows in such a way that when he comes, you don't even ask what he wants. You just serve him.
And I also have proof that they actually love you too. And I'll tell you why. Take a look at the screen.
Wow.
Hi, my name is Kumbuzo Kenneth Zama. I work here at the Sasol Garage. I've known Sis Pinky for a long time. She's a good woman with a business. She's selling fat cakes and a cup of tea. She helps us a lot with food because we can't go to the shops. So she brings food for us with the affordable price. Everything is nice. We love you so much, Sis Pinky.
Oh my
How is that?
Thank you.
So these are the kind of people that I spoke to when I came to see your work, and I can confirm that they love you too. I want to know where to for your business now. I mean, having a food business is not necessarily unique, right? But how you are doing it, it's a very unique model.
Yes.
What would you like to see, and how would you like to see your business growing from here forward?
I'll see. I just want to see myself growing in such a way that I have much more mobility in terms of, I don't know, the unique way of serving my people, and able to cover more than these garages that I'm doing, especially the ones that I'm not doing around the engine garage, BP garage, because right now I'm doing the nearest Caltex, Sasol and Shell garage. So now having some stuff, helping people, like employing some people that can be able to have something to eat just because of me helping them. And I don't know, I just want this to grow big. I just want this to grow big.
What do you think you need for you to grow big?
I think I need a better equipment, like a proper thing that I can use to sell this more professionally than an open bikey. I'm not feeling bad about my bikey, but now something like nice, fancy, mobile, classy, and then with some stuff, maybe I know that if I've got two, I put this other one to serve this area, and I've got another one serving the other area. Maybe it can grow in such a way that I can be able to serve more than breakfast, maybe it's lunch, dinner, or maybe I can be able to serve them whenever they need me. You see, and so if I can have something like that, and maybe it could make it a much more difference.
I'm sure it will. I know that we are moving with times, and people are looking at healthier ways to eat. They're looking for less fatty food. We are going more less carbs, less sugar. Have you thought about in the future how you will accommodate people who have special diets, for instance?
Yes, I do. Even think about it now, because in whatever I'm selling, I do have sandwiches, I do have all brand, I do have Kellogg's, and so I think that's part of being healthy, except the magwinya and other stuff. And then soup, my soup is vegetable soup, is still also healthy. But now, as I'm willing to grow, adding like English breakfast, adding like lettuces, vegetable food for vegetarian, all this stuff, different variety of food, healthy food, I can be very much happy.
Sis Pinky, we at SME OnPoint celebrate you today. We recognize your work, and we thank you very, very much for sharing your time with us. Later on, we are going to be having an expert who will be coming to share with you and give you some tips on how perhaps your business can grow. And I hope that you'll find value with that.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Happy Women's Day to you.
Thank you, and you too. Well, that was Sis Pinky Mathebula, and she runs her own little business in the south of Johannesburg. In the next insert, the letters B-E-E have a different meaning for Metsana Gojane. For her, bees are a passion and her livelihood. Her business supplies organic products such as candles and wax, and even furniture polish. Our reporter based in Mafikeng, Muleboheng Khayane, working with camera technician Philip Murutwa, put this sweet insert together.
Sweet success for Gojane. From the magic of a feared insect, a business was born. Eden Roots grew from selling herbal products to finding uses for bee byproducts.
My name is Metsana Gojane. I am the founder of and owner of Eden Roots. I have employed 5 people, with myself being the 6th. So I have been total, Eden Roots has in total 6 employees.
She ensures her products comply to regulations. A drippingly sugared career.
The products that we make here is firstly the honey itself. We package the honey.
But it doesn't end there. There are other uses for bee byproducts.
We also make propolis butter, which is packaged in the same size. You can use it on people with sensitive skin.
Business is a hive of activity.
And then we also make furniture, wood and leather treatments out of the wax. We do candles as well. We do exotic candles. We play around with the shapes and all that to meet the customer needs.
Metsana has apiaries across Mafikeng.
We have partnerships with farm owners. We keep our apiaries at their farms. We only go there to check on the hives to see how the bees are doing, whether the hive is healthy. We check on the hive, and we just go there to harvest.
But it's not all sugar-coated. There is a sting.
Our current challenge is that we are in desperate need of machinery. Without machinery, we might just find ourselves picking up and going back to the house. We eventually want to be SABC compliant so that we can approach retailers. We have a lot of orders that we cannot meet because we operate by hand, and it slows down the processing, the production. It slows down the production, and also it limits you as a company to market.
It's all about belief in oneself. And this female beekeeper is flying solo and swarming into a traditionally male-dominated territory.
How sweet was that? Well, we are still celebrating women who own small businesses in our communities. These are women who serve our daily needs away from the boardrooms as well as offices. They are the women that communities have come to rely on. Farida Randera is another such woman making a difference, and she has also joined us on OnPoint. Farida, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
I've seen the beautiful scarves that you're making. You are also wearing one. Tell me a little bit about your business, how you started.
Okay, well, I've been a very keen person to do handwork all my life. And every time I see something nice, I always like to make my own and carry on with that. So I make a lot of scarves. At the moment, I'm making the scarf, which is a very quick and easy way. Normally, we have to pin them all up. But this one is easy. It's made in such a way that you only have to slip it on. And then I do a lot of baby duvet sets, which give me a lot of pride in doing all those things. And then also I'm making head towels, which is very nice and very easy to use and not so clumsy and not so heavy when you're coming out of the bathroom with wet hair. It's very quick and easy. And then I'm making a lot of roti warmers and potato bags. That has been a very, very big seller of mine. I must have made quite a lot, over 2,500 of it. And that is a very affordable thing and very beautiful as a gift.
So you talked to me yesterday and told me that you actually love working alone. How are you finding that?
I find myself very comfortable. I don't like giving any work to others. I like doing it on my own. I feel pleasure in that, and I feel that whoever sees it always has a praise for me that I've done a neat, good job. That's what I want to hear. And it's always been like from word to mouth to word. It's been like that, and my neighbors and all of them supported me, and that's how my business really started flourishing. So it's been all over the show. Yeah, it's been overseas as well, the roti warmers.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, and I'm getting very good comebacks about it as well.
Your customers love you. Do you know how I know that? Do you want to know how I know that your customers love you?
You must have heard it.
Let's take a look at the video.
Right.
Hi, I'm Sakya and I've known Farida for a very long time. Farida is a very creative, talented and hard-working person. She has come up with this creative idea of creating instant turbans, which gives you a unique look to any outfit which you have on and is very fashionable. Thank you so much, Farida, for your unique ideas. We love you.
The most important thing is that your community loves you and they recognize the good work that you are doing. Absolutely. So I know that there are people who are probably watching us today who have an interest of coming up with a business such as yours. Where would they start?
Okay, that's now very difficult to say, but I always feel, when you have a keen interest in doing something, just start it, go ahead, and then just advertise it, and you should be going well with that.
Over the years, I'm sure you have noticed how women have played a very important role in starting their businesses. That's where you got the idea to start your business. You've lived through the whole apartheid system, and you saw how maybe women were marginalized and were not able to move faster. How are you seeing the landscape now, and how women are breaking doors and barriers now?
Oh, I feel very proud of those ladies that really makes that attempt to go ahead and do things like that. And I think there's just no barriers there. Once you start, I think you can carry on all the way.
Let's talk about your business model. How do you conduct your business? I know a lot of people, they often say when you're going to start business, you need you need capital, you need money to start, you need this and that. How do you conduct yours?
Okay, I basically just when I feel I want to do something, I just start from small, and then I buy the materials and I buy the fabrics and everything, and then I come home and I do it, and I feel that if I've done something good, then I just carry on, buy more, and then just start exploring it.
I want us to talk about the future.
All right.
What do you envisage your future, the future of your business to be? Taking into consideration people like Zakia, who we saw on the video wall, who really love your work and love you. How are you planning to grow your business for the future? Okay,
I would say I'm not really into it as a business, but more as a part-time, to get through my life, because I've just had 3 very big losses in my life. I'm alone at the moment, so I just feel I'm very comfortable being on my own, doing these things, and not really venturing into a big future thing like that. I'm just happy just doing what I am doing at the moment.
Auntie Farida, as you are popularly known, we celebrate you today, and we thank you for making time to grace us with your presence here. And later on, we will be having an expert who will be coming to share with you and myself ideas on how you can make the business better. You may not necessarily want to make it bigger, but she will advise you on how you can make it better. Happy Women's Day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks. And as we celebrate Women's Month, spare a thought for the countless female street vendors that are out there. Many work from dawn to dusk in harrowing conditions. What exactly has propelled them into the sector? Reporter Mahlaku Komane and camera person Kwazi Manzi spoke to 4 women in the informal food industry. Take a look at this.
A windy August morning in Benoni, Liabo Setho has been up for 8 hours. For the past 19 years, she has woken up at 1 a.m. to prepare her magwinya mixture and bake scones. It's said necessity is the mother of innovation. Setho's business was founded after she was left financially bereft following a divorce.
My business started after the father of my children and I separated in the year 2000. I decided that I needed to start a business, so I started in the year 2000 on the 4th of March. I've been here for over 18 years cooking fat cakes. Up to so far, I can survive. I can support my children and pay rent for the flat.
60-year-old Setho believes people look disdainfully on her profession, but she argues they are people trying to eke out a living.
A lot of people see us working here and undermine us and think we are not normal in the head. But everything has its time. You will come here and do this job once you experience that life is hard.
Setho's story is not unique. From the sleepy town of Benoni to the industrial city Deep in Johannesburg, women have turned to food vending for a livelihood. 7 years ago, mother of 4 Nelisiwe Khumalo began her journey. She says this was better than doing nothing in her village in Ladysmith, KwaZulu-Natal.
I started this business after I saw my own circumstances were not good. I'm the only one at home and everyone is dependent on me, and I'm a person that doesn't like to depend on others. So I thought, let me go to Johannesburg and open my own business. Everything I need is paid for from the money I make from this corner.
A few kilometers away, a meat lover's haven, KwaMai. Kula Makubani's eyes swam with tears as she recalls the singular generosity of another woman. This woman gave her a job and the rest was history.
I was selling mealies and struggling, and my kids came to visit me in Johannesburg for school holidays. I didn't have money to send them back home. It was then when Ms. Zondi said, "Come and work for me," and I worked for her until I asked her to leave and start my own food stall. She gave me her blessing and I was able to start my own stall.
From the bustling city centre to Africa's richest square mile, Vera Mashampa's food is enjoyed by an array of customers, from executives to construction workers. Mashampa enjoys success.
I've loved cooking since I was a child, and I took cooking lessons. I found this place and opened my food trailer, this job, and being able to employ 5 people makes me feel like I'm a woman because I am able to help my employees feed their families.
The individual stories all weave a powerful tapestry of endurance, suffering, and finally beating the odds. Mahlako Komane, SABC News, Johannesburg.
Today, we are still celebrating women who own small businesses in our communities. These are the women who serve our needs daily away from boardrooms and offices. Marang Marekimane, the founder of Business Process Mechanics, is our expert for the day. She'll be sharing advice and tips on how women can improve their small businesses so that they grow to be big businesses. Marang, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for inviting me.
This is an amazing time to be alive, to see women, both young and old, owning businesses and not just working them. Tell me first about your business.
So my business is Business Process Mechanics, and I assist entrepreneurs to buy back their time and their sanity. So what I do is that I review their business models, which speaks to how many ways they can sell their products and services, but then we also automate it so that it becomes more efficient and profit-making business, actually. So that's what I've been doing for the past 5 years. I have collaborated with other people in the industry in order to make this work, because I've also realized you can't do it alone.
You certainly can't.
Yeah.
So this day, it obviously is given birth by the 1956 march, where women marched to the union buildings. How would you say that you see things that have changed since then? I know you and I were not alive at that time, but you are seeing change daily in how women conduct their businesses. They say that small businesses have a very short span. Most of them only take about 2 years and then they're out of business. What are the most common mistakes that you see women doing?
So I think it's not just necessarily just women, but I think when we start off a business, we service a lot of our own needs, right? And we are under a lot of pressure to become business owners because the unemployment issue is so high. So we tend to accidentally become business owners, right? And that speaks to bad planning just from the onset. Mixing our finances also with the business money tends to also make it a bit complicated, because then when you need to grow that business, it's not clear what is going into your pocket versus what's available for the business to then grow. So those are the typical mistakes. And I think also being quiet about what the challenges are. People don't speak up about their challenges, and then you don't get the help that you need, which is quite dangerous, especially if you're an accidental business owner. So I think we need to be a bit more intentional about what it is that we're pursuing.
I'm sure you've taken time to listen to the stories of our 2 ladies who are the guests of honor today, Pinky Matebula as well as Farida Randera. And I know that you've come up with a couple of tips that can help their businesses, because we did discuss a bit about their businesses, and of course you sat down to and listen to them. But let's take a look at the kind of tips that you want to share with them today, and then you can explain them to us in detail. Firstly, you say brand your product.
Yeah, so if you looked at what Mama Pinky was doing out in the carts there, each time somebody takes a packet and moves away with it, somebody needs to be aware that where does it come from. So even if it said Mama Pinky's Magunya, it would be very easy for me to say, oh, okay, I need to find out who Mama Pinky is and where to source her, right? And it's easy to be recognizable and be remembered. Remember, when we buy products, we actually just are attracted to the brands that are familiar to us. So that was what it would help there. Mama Frida could do the exact same thing with her products, so that people know exactly where it comes from. And it makes it a lot easier for them to grow a distribution team if it's like that.
Beautiful. Let's take a look at the second tip. Pay attention to the seasons. Which seasons are these? What are we talking about here?
Well, the soup. When I looked at the soup, I was getting all warm and fuzzy inside, and I got excited. But then I thought, well, what happens in summer? Okay. You know, how do you change this offering for the summer seasons so that, because more and more people won't necessarily drink the soup except maybe at 3 a.m. in the morning, but they won't drink the soup if they come in past her at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. They might want something a little bit cooler to drink. Some iced tea maybe could
some
be
smoothie?
Some smoothies could be great and things, you know. Mama Farida, those bags that she was making, those are great. I'm thinking it's picnic. She could bundle those and actually sell them out to say it's picnic season, let's go out. Spring is around the corner.
That's great advice. Let's take a look at the third tip. You say create combos to push sales.
Yeah. Regular customers, you see them all the time. You get to know what it is that they like. If you already know that this person is coming for their coffee and magunya, create that bundle package, right? Get stuff moving quite quickly. If you have stock that is not moving and is maybe not favorable, bundle it up with something that moves very quickly, and then you can get rid of that stock, because that stock is taking up storage space in your workspace, and then you can clear it off.
Yeah, I know that Mepinki mentioned something about knowing how her customers like their teas. He already knows that if Liabo comes, she loves her tea with 2 sugars as opposed to 4. So I think that's quite useful.
And if you're a regular, I can even just say, look, give me a package for a week. If I'm going to see you every single day and you're going to be there I can really package this thing and give you a discounted deal for bulk purchases.
Oh, fantastic. Let's take a look at the next tip, Marang. You say we must set targets for the business. How do we do this?
So I engage with a lot of business owners and you ask them, how much money do you want to make? Guess what the answer is?
A lot.
A lot of money. But when you go to a bank statement, there is nothing that says a lot of money.
Right.
So be specific about how much money do you want to make and when.
Okay.
Right? So that you can work yourself towards those targets, and you can see when you're achieving things. That sense of achievement actually builds confidence in an entrepreneur. It makes it easier to keep going and reselling. It doesn't feel like you're winging it to actually keep the business going.
Beautiful. Let's take a look at the next tip. It is take pictures with customers. I like this.
So this is social media, right? Take advantage of these things. Get the pictures. I mean, you saw Mama Pinky's face the moment she saw the video of how her customers respond to her. It's as if it was the first time she's even hearing this. But if she took pictures with her customers and got the customers to put them on social media and tag her business,
even though they're not necessarily on social media, but leverage on the fact that the customers are on social media.
Precisely. It makes it a whole lot easier. They can share their testimonies there. It makes it easier for me that doesn't even know them to say, I need to find that, because clearly Dina is something. You know?
No, that's beautiful. Marang Marikmane, thank you very much for sharing the tips for today. Today is the 9th of August. It's Women's Day. And you have given, I'm sure, the 2 ladies there who own businesses some tangible tips and advice on how they can leverage their businesses to the next level. Happy Women's Day to you.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for your time.